Hi and welcome back to Normski TV, doing a player ratings and match review of the game yesterday. Wolves 2, Arsenal 1. Wow, gosh. All I gotta say is VAR, the referee and FA, you're a bunch of jokers. Absolute bunch of jokers. I mean, the law, what are these guys thinking of? Where is common sense? Where is common sense being applied in this instance? I'm going to get to this in a minute. Listen, Arsenal, went to Wolves yesterday, and, the team news, more or less the team that I went for in my predicted lineup. The only player that I didn't want to see in there was David Luiz. I wanted Gabriel to start that game, but obviously, Arteta started Luiz, and we know the rest is history. Mr. Luiz, that's what I've got to say, Mr. Luiz. Now, I don't know whether I want to proportion blame to him, but, sometimes David, he's got this in him. And we can talk about his positioning. We're 2 minutes away from, going in at half-time, going 1-0 up. A ball comes over the top. Their forward gets onto it. And this is where the debate starts concerning whether, Luiz had any intent of getting the ball, or the fact that, yes, my man was the last guy. It was accidental. His foot, whilst they were running, clipped David Luiz's knee. He feels a touch. He goes over. Referee Craig Paulson, absolute joker, took out the red card, and the rest is history. Not even going over to even view it. VAR said, yes, it's deemed as a red card. And he didn't even go over to the monitor to even review it and have a bit of common sense. A lot of pundits, most pundits are saying it's a bit of a joke. This ruling is a joke, this double jeopardy. The guy on BT Sports was saying it would have been better if he had chopped him down. He would have got a yellow, got the penalty, and we go on. But it's just absolutely silly. I mean, the ruling on this is absolutely a joke. Luiz didn't even attempt to even try. He tried to get out of the way. All right, albeit that he should have been goal side of him. And because he kind of tried to get back, he's not quick. And this guy was much quicker than him. He's literally gone across. So as he's going across, rather than staying goal side and running alongside him and maybe even trying to put a tackle in, he's kind of gone across the back of him. And as he's running and the forward is running, the back of the forward's foot catches David Luiz's knee. And yes, it's a penalty. I'm not saying it's not a penalty, but the sending off, that totally changed the game. That totally changed. Even if we, went in 1-1 with 11 men on the pitch, even though we ended up with 9 men eventually, but with 11 men, if we came out second half, I'm telling you, we would have taken Wolves apart. Listen, the first half, absolutely brilliant. This is the best that I've seen Arsenal play. Thomas Partey was running the show in the middle of the park. The first minute, 2 minutes, a long ball over the top. Saka was on it, and literally, he takes a shot, it hits the post. And later on, we have another goal that was ruled out offside. Lacazette, again, lovely ball over the top to Lacazette, who then fed Saka. And I was jumping all over the place, only for it to be ruled off. A toe, offside, we go again. And Pepe gets us into the lead. And, again, it was an assist from Lacazette. But to see what Pepe did, twisting up their right back and literally nutmegging him before he takes a nice shot with his right foot in the far corner. we was ecstatic, absolutely ecstatic. And the thing is, we could have been 3-4-0 up in that game. We could have been 3-4-0 up in that game, only to be denied, I'm saying it, to be denied by the VAR, the referee and the FA rules. You know what I mean? I'm blaming them, yeah? Because the side that Arteta picked was a good side, yeah? He's starting Pepe. Pepe's starting to come good. The last 2 or 3 games, he's working hard for the team. You know, for that goal to happen, you know, Pepe won the ball back in their third, closing down, winning the ball back, and going on a run, laying it off to, like I said, then lays it off to him, and then he does what he needs to do. It's magic to put the ball in the back of the net. And as I say, for the first 45 minutes of that game, barring the sending off at the end, you know, we could have been 3-4-0 up, you know what I mean? And this is where, you know, we need to be clinical to put our chances away. We need to be clinical. That's the thing about David Luiz. There's always something that's going to happen with him. And I've said it in my previews and in previous previews, I want to see Gabriel, not Luiz. Because the thing about Luiz, why with a minute or so to go, 2 minutes to go, a ball comes over the top and he's pushing up. Just stay in your position. Leave it for the midfield. Leave it for Partey or Xhaka to deal with. Why are you pushing up? And then what makes it worse is that because you haven't got the pace, yeah? I mean, you didn't pull him down or nothing, but the fact that you was the wrong side of him, you now are trying to make up ground. And because of that, you know, you end up accidentally colliding with the player with your knee and he goes over. He's going to go over as a forward. He's going to go over. But even if, you know, Craig Pawson just used a bit of common sense. VAR, they looked at it and basically made their mind up. It was a red card. He couldn't wait to get the card out. Why not go over? Riley, yesterday the game in Manu, another mad decision. He went over. He still gave it as a red card, but he went over and had a look. Craig Pawson couldn't wait to get that card out and to send off Luiz. Now, is it about Luiz's reputation? Arteta was asked that question, and so for some people it could be, but Arteta said no, it's not his reputation that went before him. But Craig, I'll tell you, when I come, I don't normally rate referees, but when I come to rate you, mate, I'll tell you what, you'd be lucky. Anyway, let me just get on with the game. Now, as I said, it was a fantastic first half. The whole team was playing well. All right, yes, we had our weaklings like Bellerin, and to be honest, Cedric Soares was getting rinsed by Adama Traore. Listen, this guy, you know, he just kept coming on the inside, and he was just too strong for Cedric. This wasn't one of Cedric's best games. Bellerin, you know, he's crossing. What is going on with his crossing? There was one time, either the ball doesn't get to the player, or then when he does hit it, he just hits it over everybody and just goes out for a throw. Absolutely useless. Absolutely useless. Yeah? And the problem is because Kieran Tierney is out injured, you know, Cedric Soares' best position is at right back, because he is a right back. And Kieran Tierney is obviously out injured, and we're hearing as well, Arteta saying he's not looking good, that he's going to be available for the Aston Villa game. So why we did not sort out left back, I don't know. You know, we lost Maitland-Niles to West Brom, and this is the problem with Arsenal. You know, we needed a backup for Kieran Tierney, and it looks like our Suarez is going to play in that position. Now, what happens when he gets injured? Does that mean then he has to shuffle around the pack and put Saka in that position? You know what I mean? We need to get our business in terms of recruitment for the right places sorted out, and we have not sorted out that left back position. And here we are. It is what it is. It is what it is. But as I said, the first half of the game, best 45 minutes that I've seen, barring that sending off, and just David Luiz why didn't you just stay in your position? Why did you have to vacate your position? And this is what I'm talking about. Sometimes you just lose it in your head, man. You're a seasoned player. You know, you won plenty of cups. You should know better. You're an experienced player. Why are you pushing up? there was just no need whatsoever. And they end up, as I said, getting the penalty and you getting sent off. And it is what it is. And then, we come out second half and you're thinking, okay, with 10 men, let's just keep it tight. I was upset at the fact that he took off Lacazette. I don't know why he took off Lacazette. I would have either taken off maybe Saka or Smith Rowe. I would have probably taken off, one of those two, because we did need someone up there that was going to score. But maybe he was looking at the fact that, if we do have the chance to break, then we got the players like Smith Rowe who can, pick up the ball and play it through the lines. But that's what he's gone with, and it is what it is. And so we come out second half, and what a goal by Moutinho. Is it Moutinho? I think it's Moutinho that scored a goal. Why, Xhaka, and Thomas Partey, I was just hoping that they could have closed him down a bit earlier, but what a strike. There was no way that Leno could have saved that goal. It was just absolutely no way. Literally, the power from 30 yards out, and he's capable of doing that. And when you've got players that are capable of doing that, you've got to make sure you close down the space. We didn't close down the space, and they go 2-1 up. To confound it, Leno gets sent off in the 75th minute, I believe. So, we're playing with, 9 men for 15 minutes or so. And, I don't know what has gone through this guy's head that he needed to come out. And the way it looks, when I saw it, the ball came over. Obviously, Troy, Adama was running it down, but he was nowhere near the ball. And I felt that, Leno had the time to let the ball bounce and either try and head it, but the bounce sort of kind of fooled him. And the next thing he was trying to bring his right leg up and then couldn't get to it. And the instinct as a goalkeeper, he knocked it with his hand straight red. But I'm hearing that, thankfully, okay, Runnison had to come in and fill in for the 15 minutes. But thankfully, I'm hearing that it's only a 1-match ban. Because as I said, we cannot have Runnison playing for the next 3 games or so. Just no way. But it shows now that if Leno gets injured, we're hearing that Matt Ryan is out with a hip injury, so don't know what the extent of that is. But if we lose Leno for any period of time, we cannot be going with Runnison. I'm sorry, I don't care what you say. Okay, he made a couple of good saves and whatever, but then there was one point where all he had to do was launch the ball upfield and he kicks it out for a corner. Can somebody explain that to me? Please, can somebody explain that to me? What were you doing, Runnison? What were you doing? Okay, yes, you made a couple of good saves and whatever, but listen, we're in 10th place, and if we'd won that game, we could have moved up to 6th. And that would have given us a lot of confidence going into the game against Aston Villa. That's going to be another tough game, another away game on Saturday. And obviously, it looks like Runnison is going to be the one that's going to be between the sticks, unless, Matt Ryan is going to be available. But it's looking like it's going to be Runnison. So I know he's going to be tested. They're going to have to put him through his paces in these next coming days before that game. But as I say, we had so many chances. Pepe, as I said, scored, hit the crossbar, Saka hit the post, and a goal disallowed. Just so many chances. But for me, Thomas Partey, in the first 45 minutes is the man of the match. He ran the show, the passing, the balls over the top, just absolutely brilliant. And, I'll take my hat off to him. Yes, come second half, they had to take him off because he started to fade a little bit. But maybe, again, that was a tactical thing that Arteta did. But, listen, we had 9 men. We didn't get embarrassed like Southampton, who lost 9-0 to Man U. So we didn't get back embarrassed. But, those... with the first one, it's hard to say it could have been avoided. But then again, if, Luiz uses his head and have a rush of blood to his head, why, as I said, he's vacated the space, I have no idea. And then, it's left for the forward to run on, and then he's in a panic mode. And, he's got the most red cards, most sending off for an Arsenal player. Absolutely unbelievable. You know, he misses the next 3 games, so Gabriel was going to come in. He needs to stake his claim, and when he did come on, you know, for pretty much he played really well. Okay, for the sending off of Leno, you know, he has this habit of pushing up, yeah, and so again he may have vacated the space, and so it left no choice because Cedric couldn't stay with Adama, was just too strong. He vacated that space, so obviously Leno had to come out and deal with that ball, but panic station, rush of blood to the head, and he ends up hitting it with his arm. Straight red card, and he's off, and I'm not going to argue with that. So all in all, yeah, I feel robbed. You know, could we have, you know, not even saying that, if we had 11 men on that pitch, we win that game. Hands down, absolutely. We was tearing Wolves apart. You know, but when you go down to 10 minutes, it's difficult, and then when you concede an early goal in the second half, you know, it makes things more difficult. But even with 10 men, we could have possibly have got a draw. You know, I would have gone away happy with a draw based on our situation. But as I said, it made it harder when Leno ends up getting sent off. So yeah, let me just quickly, you know, go through the player ratings. We'll start off with Leno in goal. And listen, Leno, you know, I'm sorry, you know, you've been consistent, you know, for how many games, been playing well, but every now and again you have a little ricket in you, and this was one of them. And for you, I can't forgive you for this, man, because now we could have had a chance of maybe even if 10 men on the pitch, we could have even had a chance to possibly get a draw out of this game. I'm going to give you a 1. I'm giving you a 1. Yeah, that's how generous I am. I'm giving you a 1. You're lucky. You was going to get a 0, but I'm giving you a 1. Let's start off with Bellerin. Bellerin, he's crossing. You know, as I said, his crossing is his positional play. He either underhits the cross or overhits the cross. And when he's meant to make those correct passes, he doesn't. There was a couple of chances where, you know, there was one chance where he made a run down the wing, and that was probably his only best chance that he had, where he crossed the ball, but there was no one on the end of it. But generally speaking, he's just too inconsistent when it comes to his attacking play and his defensive play. And all in all, he's just lost it. Just completely lost it as a player for me. That's as far as I'm concerned, he's completely lost it. I'm going to give Bellerin a 4. I'm going to give Bellerin a 4. I'm holding, you know, first half solid, you know, I mean, winning the headers, getting the ball, carrying the ball out, you know, making those passes through the lines, getting it to Partey as quick as possible. Had a good half. I'm gonna score Holding. I'm gonna give Holding a 7. Next to win, David Luiz, mate. You started off well, only for that big mistake leading up to you know, them getting their penalty and you know, equalising. And the problem is you know, we're coming into half time. Just have a steady head on you. Why are you having this rush of blood to push up on the man? Leave it for the midfielder. They've got that under control. The ball comes over, you vacate the space, and the man is onto it quick. You panic, end up clipping the guy's, you know, boot, accidentally, albeit, but now you end up getting sent off, and puts us in a very difficult position. I'm going to give you also a 1. Yeah, you're also going to get a 1. Obviously, it changed the game totally, but yeah, we're going to give it 1. Cedric Suarez was just getting ripped on that side. Adama just had him on toast that evening, and he just found it difficult that evening. A lot of his crosses, just in terms of his defending, couldn't get to attack because he had that pressure of, you wouldn't believe it, but I mean, first half, yes, you know, we was good as a team in general, but any time Adama picked up that ball, I was very worried. And that became more evident in the second half. He was just getting ripped to shreds. I'm going to give Cedric Suarez a 3. I'm giving him a 3. Next, in front, Thomas Partey, for me, the man of the match, controlled the game in the first half. And I know it's a game of 2 halves, and he faded in the second half, but I don't care. He ran the show, controlling that midfield. The balls that he was playing, just absolutely brilliant, absolutely fantastic. putting in the tackles, doing what he needed to do. Still doesn't look fit. And, you know, as I said, when he has more games under his belt and minutes under his belt, I know that he's going to come good. I'm giving Thomas Partey at 8. Next to him, Granit Xhaka. Had a steady game. Didn't really make any mistakes or anything like that. The only thing I would say with him is just that when he does pick the ball up, you've got to stop playing the ball backwards. Stop playing the ball backwards, man. Yeah? Turn, find a player. You know, there's chances where you could have turned. And the thing about it, you stop and then you're looking around, or if the ball comes to you, there's a player in the position. And I think there was one time when Pepe made a run and he ran into this space and you turned and then passed it back. And I could see the annoyance on Pepe's face. But other than that, you didn't make any, you know, you did what you did. You know, you and Thomas controlled the middle of the park. I'm going to give you a 6. Saka. Unfortunately, you know, he got a goal disallowed. It's just unfortunate he didn't get, I mean, oh man. Listen, but this guy's got so much maturity for a young player, and he's our go-to player at the moment. But what we don't want to do is heap a lot of pressure on him, you know what I mean? And as I said, what happened when we went down to 10 and then 9 men, you know, he just kind of started to fade, and he wasn't seeing much of him, you know what I mean? And I get it, but first half for me, he played really well. I'm going to give him a 7. I'm going to give Saka a 7. Smith Rowe, as usual, working hard, linking up with the front three or front 3 or 4 players, you know, running back, you know, sometimes he's on the left, in the middle, picking up the ball, just making things happen, taking the ball on the turn and getting it through the lines as quick as possible. And again, you know, this guy, as long as he doesn't get burnt out, do you know what I mean? Obviously, Odegaard didn't come on. Don't know what will happen come the next game, whether Odegaard will have some minutes. We don't know, but you know, at the moment Smith Rowe is doing the business, and long may it continue. I'm going to give Smith Rowe a 7. Pepe again played really well. Got us another goal. I think that's 3 and 4 now goals. Brilliant, absolutely fantastic. I'm going to give Pepe a 8 as well. I'm going to give Pepe an 8 as well. Lacazette works hard for the team. You know, needs to put himself a bit more about, get himself in some good goal positioning. I'm going to give Lacazette, I'm going to give him a 6. I'm going to give Lacazette a 6. In terms of the defenders, Gabriel came on, obviously took up for Lacazette, had a good second half, played the 45 minutes, got it under his belt. I'm going to give Gabriel, very aggressive, I'm going to give Gabriel a 7. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang didn't, for me, came on but didn't offer much, and you could see he looked a little bit rusty. And there was a chance at the end. I don't know if he had a chance or he was trying. He created a chance for someone else, but just played the wrong type of ball. I'm giving Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang 5, and Runarsson, who came on for Thomas, obviously because they had to make the change because we were down to 9 men. You know, played on from the 74th minute. I'm giving Runarsson a 6. I'm going to give Runarsson a 6. As for the manager, Arteta, I'm going to give Arteta a 7. You know, he should have really kept Lacazette on and probably take off either Smith Rowe or Saka, because one of them was, you know, fading a bit. So I would have definitely taken off one of them. But listen, that's the choice he's made, and so it is. But I'm going to give, and it's not his fault that, you know, it's the referee's fault. It's not Luke in the sense that, okay, yes, he's picked Luiz and he's playing, but he can't legislate for that. He can't. Leno coming out and handling the ball. You know, he doesn't go out and tell them to do that. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to give, as I said, I'm going to give Arteta a 7. The referee, listen, man, you're not even worth talking about. I'm talking about him, but you're not worth it, man. You're not worth it 1 ounce. Joke of a referee. As everybody said, you need to go on referee in League 10. League 20, wherever it is, yeah? Go on referee non-league, because you're just not good enough. Just not good enough. Your decision making and the fact that you didn't go over and check it, you're so quick to take out that card. You're not even worth a score. You're not even worth a score. And you're just a complete joke. They should ban you for the next couple of games. take away your purse, yeah, because you was just not good enough. Absolutely not good enough. We've got a game now coming up against Aston Villa on Saturday at 12:30 kickoff. We've got to brush ourselves off. And listen, I still feel that we can go to Aston Villa and give them a game. You know what I mean? I just see this as a blip. This is our first time we've lost in 2021. We've lost our unbeaten run. But listen, let's go to Aston Villa with that same confidence. Play like that. Take the game to them. Aggressive. That's what I asked for in the preview. Do it again against Aston Villa. And come on, let's try our best to get our way back up the table. It's going to be difficult. As I say, it's going to be very difficult because we have got a tough run of games coming up. We've got Aston Villa away, then we've got Leeds at home, and I believe Man City at home as well. So we've got to get some points on the board as quick as possible, because right now we're sitting in 10th. By the time I finish this conversation, we could be 11th by the end of this video broadcast. So listen, come on Arsenal, please. Let's just brush yourselves off and let's go again. Guys, thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one. Please like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.